All of us, every day, we are doing so many things, right? We take on different roles, we take on different jobs, different assignments, different projects, and it's almost like there's this mad rush of doing. So where is that coming from? I think it's everywhere. It's from going onto social media, seeing everyone so successful and seeing like that perfect picture life. Everyone's after becoming richer, becoming more successful, better at what they do. The desire and the wanting becomes so much more that it's something that is almost impossible to escape from. If you put aside all the achievements, all the projects, goals, what will remain at the end of the day is who you are. I think that connection and that deliberate, intentional investment into yourself is so important while on the chase for new heights. I think start with that first question. Who do you see yourself becoming at the end of this journey? For example, take a look at everything that you're handling around in your life. Projects, tasks, people that you hang out with, right? Are this truly what you want to carry on with you forward? If the projects or the things that you're doing or the roles that you are taking on doesn't align with who you are or who you want to be, then perhaps it's letting that go. I think that's the very first layer. Then the next layer to perhaps then look deeper into is, are there mindsets that needs to change? This constant need of wanting to do more, or the mindset of feeling like, I'm not achieving. And it's not going to be like that, right? You're not going to change overnight. It's going to be a journey of unbecoming, unlearning, and then becoming and evolving into who you really are. For me, what that has meant is that every single thing that I take on from now on becomes so much simpler to decide. Is there really a need to do more? No, drop it. Does this person that I'm going to meet brings more connection, brings more love, brings more joy to my life? If it does, go, do it. So it boils down to having a life that, you can make decisions even faster, even simpler. A cluttered life and a life that's centered. Imagine that cluttered life where you are perhaps in a conversation with somebody, and instead of fully listening to what he or she is saying to you, your mind is running through all the never-ending tasks that you are trying to complete. And in that moment, you miss out that precious connection that could have been there, that could have been built. Or perhaps you're in a meeting at work, but you're still busy trying to complete a text message to somebody else. And you miss out on bringing your fullness to that conversation, to that meeting. So that's that constant wave of noise that's getting into that space, that's cluttering your ability to be really centered. And if you can be in that centered space and be fully present, so much more can be felt in those moments. You could build that connection with that person sitting opposite you. You could immerse yourself more fully into that moment. That choice of choosing that centeredness, that deliberate life over and over again is the most precious gift that you can give to yourself at the end of the day. Life is very simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. I think a lot of times we make our lives complicated with the expectations that we put on ourselves, the expectations we assume others have of us, the fears, the limitations that we surround ourselves with. But if you put aside and strip away all of these things, I think life comes down to a very simple choice. How do you want to live yours? Every single day becomes that deliberate, intentional act of commitment to yourself. Every single thing that I take on, there's a reason behind it. I'm doing this because it serves me. It's bringing me closer to that person I want to be. And so that deliberate act every day makes the everyday small moments more purposeful, more meaningful. It sounds really easy, but getting to simple is not so simple. Having a coach with you to work with you and giving you that space to really look at what's really important for you, helping you put aside all the noise, all the clutters, all the complications in your life. I think that's the power of having a coach alongside you on this journey. And not just having that coach, but being in a community of people who stands for you truly becoming who you can be, you tapping into that greatness within you. I think that's the most powerful thing that you can surround yourself with.